taking a little bit too long. That's why I closed it. I'd like to rebuy here if possible. Looking for that move over 165. It's a quick mover, this ticker for sure. Struggling. 5 minutes a bit extended. Let's see if we can get that last pop though. Morning traders, welcome back. It's Monday. I was super excited to, get back in action today, but the market really didn't give us super opportunities. The daily charts today were just god awful. I mean, look at AMTD, a new ticker just popping up. Look at that daily chart. It's below the 9 EMA here and just constant sell off in volume. Relative volume also just absolutely miserable. I gotta say this move right here was pretty nice. It's only 20%, but still, compared to everything else we had today, it's actually pretty good. It was hard to really want to size into any ticker today, but my stats show a really good story, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. My, P&L in the day is 487, which actually was surprisingly good. I did not think I was up this much because, again, I was not sizing into any winners. And at the same time, I barely had any winners. I was just taking a lot of scratches, popped up, and then I would just close because right afterwards, it would just fail again. I think as you guys saw with the intro, but it was tough. Let me quickly show you guys these stats though that I'm talking about, which I think tell a really good story. So my total winners is below my average. My average is like 66%, but my risk reward here, my average win, average loss is like a 1-to-2 ratio. So I'm risking about, 66% to make 1.45%. So that's a really good risk reward ratio, which means right here, I was able to keep a lot of my profits. So that was a really good overall scenario today. Even though it just wasn't a great day. And you can see that here, I wasn't comfortable sizing into anything. Usually on a good day with like, 1 or 2 tickers that are like our lead gappers that I'm trading, this will be closer to like $7,000 or $10,000. So this really shows I wasn't comfortable with anything. And you really see here, I just never sized. I didn't have one trade over 10K today, which is rare. Usually I will. So yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable today at all trading what we were trading, and then just run my running P&L. Luckily, I was very patient after the market opened, and I was able to finally make a little bit more profits near the end after originally giving back some profits. So that was actually pretty smooth. Now, let me just show you guys these sketchy tickers that we had. IS, we'll just start with this one, the biggest loser. Actually, yeah, wow, biggest loser, only $25. That's so weird. Like today could have easily been a red day. Somehow I avoided a lot of stuff today that was nasty. And I think it was just cutting my losses right away. As soon as the trade didn't work out, I cut it. So IS here, this one, classic example, popped up. We were starting a little front side here, 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, went for it. It started stalling out, and then boom, I just cut it. And I didn't look back because it never made a new high, so I was done with that one. HLBZ, this ticker, I'm flat on. I was up on this one a bit more, like $100 at one point, but I ended up giving that back. I just had a really hard time trading this one. I didn't like the fact that the volume was still pretty light. I mean, for a $1.70 stock, this should be well over 300 shares being traded. Anyway, we had a quick pop here, a nice little pullback, and at this point, this ticker was actually up quite a bit. Let's see here. Let's see, 20% or so, which, today was quite good. Usually it wouldn't be that good. I think I had some, I didn't do the best job right here on this pullback. My trades aren't showing up, but somewhere here I was kind of scratching around a little bit. And then right here I got chopped out before like the best move. Somehow at this point I think I made a little bit, but then, yeah, no, right here, somewhere in this area I ended up giving back. I think it was right here in this pullback, which was kind of frustrating because it would have worked. But man, it was really hard to trust anything today. Ultimately, I could have bought back in today, but we saw a lot of moves that popped up just like this and then got whacked right back down again. So I wasn't super optimistic buying high here. Plus there was divergence where the volume was, decreasing, but the price was increasing. So I just wasn't very secure and I just left it. I wasn't trying to make back what I, had. I didn't really care about that. I was like, okay, let's focus on the next ticker. PSTV, this was actually our main OG lead gapper today. This was really where all the attention was at. It was up like 90% or so when pre-market started at 7 a.m. or at least, pre-market on TOS. So when I can actually start trading pre-market, it actually starts at 4:30 a.m. For other brokers. I think Winkler allows that, which is pretty cool. you know, I did a lot of stabs here, but there was just a lot of sellers and kept on getting rejected. Also very, very light volume. And then the market opened, this ticker just tanked. I stopped looking at it completely until it broke VWAP here. And then I went for this pullback, but I used 1,000 shares and I forgot it was like a sub dollar, and I should have done 2,000 shares as my starter and then bought right away. So I did 1,000 shares and then I bought another 1,000. And then I was like, oh my God, you know, it's a sub dollar. I need to be trading with at least 2,000 and then do another 2,000. And ideally, you know, 10,000. Like these are just tiny numbers. But again, I just didn't really have a high conviction today. And it was Wiki. So it was, you know, here, flush down, pop back up, flush down. And then it just did that constantly. And I was like, like I can't trade this. I definitely don't want to size into this. So I took my tiny profits and just left. I mean, look at these flush. If you get stuck in stuff like this, I mean, talk about ruining your morning. It might even be hard to get out of that in general. So in terms of like rest of the day, MEGL, this ticker is somehow really chugging along right now. 400 shares being traded per minute. It's over $13, so it actually looks good. But look at the daily. Again, the daily is just a disaster. It has high relative volume, but not super high relative volume. I mean, it's so bad, the daily, that it hasn't even really broke out that much from these former days, and it's just really hard to get a read on this ticker. So I did a few trades here looking for those pops, but we never really got it. Every time I got shut back down. So you can see why I was struggling with this one. And then, you know, this move right now, it actually looks okay. It looks actually pretty good. There is resistance around 14.5, so that, and 16 here as well. But again, it's hard to really get a solid read on this one, and I kind of feel like just taking a lot of stabs in the dark when it comes to trading this kind of ticker, where you don't really know where the support and resistance is because the price action is super, super weird. I mean, this recent IPO here, like, went up to $250 and now it's at like $14. Like, what is going on? It doesn't make any sense to me. So, you know, if it's that kind of situation, sometimes it's just better to take a step back. I don't know where this one's going to go. I mean, obviously we have room to run to like 17 or so. First resistance 16. Well, actually, we have room to run to 20 as we just marked out. So maybe it's going to keep chugging along. Maybe this is the one that, you know, we should keep trading. But, you know, it's a Monday. Mondays are historically my worst trading days. I really don't know what it is. I think I'm just like overexcited or something like that, or I overtrade. So I'd rather just take a decent base hit. Technically, my goal right now in the summertime is half my normal goal, so it's like $500. So in a way, I hit my goal today, and you know, there's no reason to probably today to necessarily keep punching it. That's just how I feel. I don't know. It's tough. TISI, somehow, this is the... I feel like I'm being so sketchy the way I'm talking about these tickers. I'm like, I don't know how I made money. It was just tough to making money today. It was like, there was a lot of traps. I guess that's really what I'm trying to get at. TISI, look at that, high relative volume, but it's red. We are over the 180-day SMA, but we're just stuck near some big resistance. You could really feel the sellers on these tickers. I traded it here looking for those quick continuations. I actually got a decent entry here. It popped up, and then it popped all the way down. I was red on it. I was about to cut my losses. Then it popped right back up. And I quickly closed, and then it flushed. And I was like, you know, what's going on? We actually did have a really nice little recovery here, but I missed that one. I tried to get back above VWAP, but it flushed. So now, like, the only thing worth trading is MEGL. But, like, there were so many close calls today where I feel like, you know, if I just traded MEGL right now and I just gave back profits and I was like, you know, at $200 up, I would just be so annoyed with myself. So I'm going to go ahead and call it, and I'll come back, you know, tomorrow. Hopefully we get a little bit more consistent energy. Hopefully there's maybe less tickers popping up and like really good focus on one ticker. I think really quickly here, another thing to consider is the SPY was kind of struggling. It opened lower, and then look at this on the 4 hour. We had a really nice pump all the way up, but we have so much resistance here at like 426. You could see it even better on the daily with 100 SMA coming in here. So I feel like maybe there's just a lot of resistance right now in the market where, you know, if you were riding any of those bounces that we saw, like for coin, for example, I mean, even this one had a really nice bounce. You're probably taking some profits right now. You're probably thinking like, you know, like that was a big bounce on a lot of these tech stocks, and you know, the SPY right now is kind of topping out here. There's a good chance we're going to see a pullback maybe to 400 or so, maybe even below 400, even if this rally continues. So yeah, that's how it feels like when we're trading. So yeah, I hope that makes sense on why I'm taking profits today and I'm running away. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got some value out of that. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.